You are listening to the Curtis King Podcast. Hello and welcome to the Curtis King Podcast. Depending on wherever you are listening or you are watching, I just want to say I greatly appreciate you doing so. For those of you that have already been supporting us, you've been seeing a lot of action going on this last week in particular, but it's good to see the podcast create so much good. We're going to go into more specifics really soon about what exactly I mean when I say that. But today, as of shooting this, don't go wishing me happy birthday in the comments right now because you're going to be too late by the time this video is out. But today is actually my 35th birthday. No boomer jokes over there, Ray. That's my 35th birthday. And I woke up feeling amazingly grateful for two reasons. One, to see another amazing year. I feel younger than I've ever felt physically, mentally. I feel sharper. I feel healthier. And the second end that I was grateful for was that this food poisoning situation that I had in the last few days is finally starting to kind of end itself inside of my body. That was something amazing. I was doing well. I was eating good. And then my wife uttered words that I'll never forget after I just ate. You know, you just eat, you still being greedy. I just ate, fam. I didn't need no more food. And then she uttered the words that have gotten so many people in trouble with their bodies and their toilets. Honey, do you want some Taco Bell? What do you think I said? Obviously, I said yes. I told her I wanted a Mexican pizza. Okay? No meat, just beans. Right? Light on the cheese. We should be good, man. Right? We should be good. I had that in the next 24 hours, maybe even longer than that, were intense. My body got attacked left and right with just soreness, random soreness, throwing up like crazy, like The Exorcist. I started hallucinating in the midst of me laying in bed and couldn't tell what was actually real, what wasn't real. Couldn't keep any food down. Day 2, I couldn't eat anything at all. So I just kind of had, I had some soup. So I was good there. But needless to say, that in itself was, that was a kick in the ass to stay away from Taco Bell. So I'm sorry, Taco Bell, if you were going to approach this podcast to sponsor it. The answer is no. Just in case you needed an answer. I don't think you were going to approach me, but yeah, the answer is no. So today is 35, year 35. What I imagine this time period to be like, I guess from the perspective of my 20s and even my teens, I didn't see myself having as much fun or being as happy as I am today with life and what I call my profession. I didn't see that. I couldn't even see that 2 months ago, better yet. But it's amazing to get to this level, to see it and realize that as much as you may think in your 20s, when you look out this far and say, that's when I'm going to start winding things down. I'm going to transition my career somewhere else. I'm not going to be, you got all of these plans and God laughs. And I look at this now and I'm like, I really, truly feel like I'm getting started in so many aspects of my life and really getting started in a sense of finally giving it the focus and the just due patience that it deserves. I think a lot of my 20s was spent in rushing the process and rushing to see what the end result was going to be and rushing to see, okay, what's going to come in after this? I just needed to know what was going to happen at the other end of the spectrum. And I convinced myself I needed to know, even though I didn't need to know. If I enjoyed what I was doing, that was really all that I should have been focused on. But we've really beaten that horse over the head, living in the present moment. But I do just want to send that reminder to you that if you're a younger producer that is listening to this podcast, the goal should not be for you not to get older. The goal should be for you not to get old. Old to me is a mindset. Old to me is get off my lawn. Get off my lawn. These skateboarders at this mall plaza, y'all don't got a skate park you can go to. That's old. To me, that's boomer. That's okay boomer. That's the mentality that I'm thinking of when I hear that. Nothing wrong with getting older. As you've listened to this podcast, you have literally become minutes older. So older is unavoidable. Old is definitely avoidable. And so as I look at this, I realize how much of a baby I am to somebody that's 50, 60. They're looking at me like a baby that has still yet so much growth to go on. But I wanted to start off there first because I think that so much of the angst that I see in young producers when I talk to them is out of fear of what if I don't reach the goals that I have set, these humongous goals that I have set. What if I don't reach them when I'm in my 30s? Am I a failure? And I'm here to say that, yes, you absolutely are. I'm just playing. You're not a failure. Calm down. Relax. Take some of that angst off your back. You're not a failure. You are only a failure if you achieve all the things that you set out to achieve and you're not happy about it. You get to the end result. You make all the money in the world. You get all the fame and notoriety, and you're still not happy. Yes. Do you have monetary success? Yes. Do you have clout success? Sure. But real success, at least to me, and to a lot of people, I'm sure, has to do with how do I feel about myself in this moment? What have I done for more than just myself, for other people? What kind of an impact have I left to this point? Has it been positive? Has it been a trail of negativity, of controversy? Is there a lot of people out there who hate me or hate my guts? And I'm not saying that that's not going to be part of the process for everybody. There's a lot of folks out there who, for whatever reasons, I don't even try to pretend to understand what some people interpret the kind of information I share or the way that I do it or the manner in which I share things, why they get so upset with me. But there's some people out there, I'm sure, that that dislike me. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But at the end of the day, it just lets me know that I have more work to do to help people. Because there's a lot more people out there that want to be served. How do I know the people out there that dislike? Just look at the dislike that pop up after this podcast. I don't know why you would dislike on something it's 30 minutes, man. You ain't even seen the video. It's about 30 seconds. 30 seconds. They come and see the intro. They're like, nope, same intro, dislike. Take some of that angst off your back, man. Life is going to be so much more enjoyable when you let things go. I was listening to Muji the last week, and he says something that resonated with me as I kind of thought about the whole age thing. And that's the last thing I'll say about this is he says the key to looking young and feeling young is having an ability within yourself to let go. And the people that age themselves the hardest, yet they're the youngest, are the ones who don't have the ability to let go. Let go of pain, let go of the story that you tell yourself, let go of all these things that are literally lying within you and rotting. Got to have the ability to let those go. And so as we proceed forward, I said this year is going to be my Frank Thomas year. Anybody who's a 90s baseball buff, you understand what I mean when I say Frank Thomas, the big hurt. Frank Thomas is one of the most dominant first basemen / DHs of all time. He played for the Chicago White Sox. He was number 35. I say this year is my big hurt year. The thing that was so amazing about Frank Thomas, for those of you that are around my age group that know what I mean when I say that, you know that Frank Thomas was one of the most physically menacing batters that people saw, right? You had your Albert Bells, you had your Mo Vaughns, but none of them was as physically intimidating as this man that he would just crowd over the home plate, and he would just be like, he's getting ready to demolish. If you're a pitcher looking at him, you'd be like, he's going to demolish whatever I throw at him. It doesn't matter. And the thing that I always found intriguing about him was not just his superhuman strength, because he did clobber the hell out of some baseballs, but was his personality and his ability to smile so widely, right? You could tell he has a very kind spirit, really, really gentle spirit, like a gentle giant. But don't get it twisted. The man did not come to play when it came to play baseball. And so I look at this year for me as last year was my 34th year, and I called it my Shaq year of domination. And I feel like in a lot of aspects, I did dominate, right? From the private community to launching all these different ventures that I did last year to the collaborative work that I did. But a lot of ways I lost touch with what makes me me. And it's something that I had to find towards the end of last year, which was when I'm at my best, I'm being kind to others. When I'm at my best, I'm compassionate. When I'm at my best, I'm helping others. And that's not to say that I have not continuously done so. It just hasn't been sort of my mental, spiritual focus. It's just been sort of my default that I've been allowing to go on autopilot for so long. You get to a level where you help people so much that you don't even look at it as I'm helping people. It's just your default. You just do it. But there was sort of an emotional detachment from it for a long time for me. And so this year, what I want to do is I still want to put that big hurt on 2020, but I want to do it with that Frank Thomas size smile, right? I want to dominate with kindness, dominate with love, but still get out here and get this work. I want to do smart work, because that was something about Frank Thomas, is that as much as folks who are that size would think that they have to hit with such ferocity, like he had, such ferociousness, he had the ability to, pull the bat back a little bit and hit a single or hit a double and kind of finesse his way through it. And so that to me is what I want to do with this year, right? In my 35th year, I could have called it my Kevin Durant year, but there's a lot of things attached to that I don't want since he came to the Golden State Warriors. I could talk about all the cheat codes that I'm dealing with right now, about all the mentors that I have around me or partners, but that's not what I wanted to go with it. Frank Thomas is the perfect example, because for me, it's about dominating with kindness and doing it in a way where you know your power and you know what you're fully capable of. Just like Frank Thomas knew when he stepped up to the plate, I am towering over 98% of baseball right now as a physical presence. They know that I can destroy a baseball. I'm the big hurt, for crying out loud. But what they probably don't expect me to do is to advance the runner with a single, right? Maybe even bunt the ball, right? Maybe even playing first baseman, a man his size. You didn't see that, but it's a certain level of finesse. I used to play baseball, a certain level of finesse and focus and agileness that you need to play anywhere in the infield. So for that man, as big as he was, to play that, it's just amazing. And so I want to model that through my business this year. I always love sports analogies, and that's what it is on my birthday. But this week has been very, very interesting, to say the least, on social media. Specifically, let's start off with one of them, because there's one that's an obvious one that I already pretty much share with the YouTube community through my post, which was Wale. Wale, man, nothing crazy, but I put up a video, and this is why I always tell producers, continue to share your content. I've put out pieces of content every day for the last almost a month and a half on Instagram, not looking for anything except for to add to my brand ecosystem, right? Just to have more content as an opportunity for a complete stranger to consume and then be brought into this sort of whirlwind of content. Oh, you like this video? You probably like the podcast you heard this clip from. Oh, you like this behind the beat clip? Probably want to go to the YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? These are all things that are interconnected. And so somebody just has to experience you on one level. And so I made a video. I didn't even really make a video. I had a live stream in which I took a snow globe and I basically sampled a bring, 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 bring. I sampled it and then I chopped it up, and it's going to be in my next pack that I'm going to give to you guys for free. But I put this sound together and then I made this crazy trap beat with it. And I put the whole meme thing with it, right? I put a meme together and it was basically like, producer flips a snow globe. And I think my caption in the tweet was, "What's the craziest shit that you've ever flipped as a music producer?" And out of nowhere, didn't tag the man. I don't know how I don't know what mutual friends we have. Somebody must have retweeted and got on his radar, but he retweets it. And he's like, I don't know if this challenge has ever been put out there, but I like this, meaning the beat. And, you going down your timeline on your phone and you just looking at it like, okay, I've seen this person, seen it. What the hell, Wale? what you doing in my timeline? I had to check and see, make sure I wasn't on like the Twitter, hip hop category topic, the part of Twitter where it's kind of like the explore page. I had to double check, and this man retweeting me, and then I just hit him with I'm humbled, because I am super humbled that somebody of that magnitude in this industry would even know who the hell I am or would even acknowledge it, and that was dope. And so I shared it, moved on about my life, right? Moved on about my jolly business, and then I'm on Instagram. Had just put up a post, was responding back to some comments. And then I see somebody tag me into a post, and it was my producer grind interview, but it was a small clip or a meme that they created. And it was a clip that had been out for like a month, because the interview's been out for some time. Go check that out, by the way, if you haven't watched the producer grind interview that I did. And somebody left a comment and said, at Curtis King, this is legendary. And I'm like, why are people like, I was like, whatever. I just kind of ignored it. Then people started tagging me, and I was like, why are people tagging me in this video that's already been out? Then I saw who posted it, and oh my gosh, could you believe one of my favorite producers of all damn time? These are the kind of things that you don't really expect to happen in this manner, I guess. You expect to come across people if you're in the industry long enough, but this man, Timbaland, reposted my video interview onto not just his timeline, but into his IGTV, which I'm assuming either he posted or his social media manager put up there, whoever. I'm on the damn page he got 2 million something followers. Forget all that, all the vanity statistics. This is one of the most influential producers of my time, of my life. And he is posting up a video that is not just me making a beat or just me, the stuff that you would expect. This is him posting something that shows how much he respects my perspective or my insight, or as he put it, when he shot me a DM, I really like the vibe that you're on. Look, man, I don't need much to be happy, right? I'm very happy with a very minimal list of things. That right there is definitely one of those things I can say I'm genuinely excited to see, and at least be on the radar of, because, these are folks that, I don't know. I wouldn't think that was going to be my introduction to Timbaland, but nonetheless, I think that's crazy. It's a beautiful thing, but that happened. He posted it up. I just checked today. It's like 144,000 eyes that have checked that out. So many folks in the industry started hitting me up, and the actual post was me talking about the necessity to protect your joy. And while we're here talking about this post, I think it's only right that I continue to shine a light on the individual that originally took me down this rabbit hole, and he didn't even know it until this day, because the homie Bad Luck had an interview on Homegrown Radio, and God bless his heart, God bless those gentlemen's heart, because they have no idea how influential that interview was for me at that time period, which I was really in a dark place. And I've talked about this on this podcast. I was in a dark place in which I was unsure about what was next for me. I was unsure about what my career had left for me. I didn't know what music was going to be for me. I didn't know what my life or my identity was outside of music, outside of just being a husband and a father. And that's not to make that a small thing, but he had this interview and he shared a clip in which he said, I guess an OG of his told him, he said, don't monetize your joy. Monetize what you're good at. And a matter of words, he basically was saying that, keep your joy hobbified, keep it as a hobby, because once the money gets involved, which me and Bad Luck was going back and forth, having a conversation in the IG DMs with the voice messages. And he said it straight up. He said, once money got involved, he said, when I first started with this, man, everybody knows this was fun. Every aspect of this rapping was fun. Every aspect of this was just, even the frustrating parts was fun. The moment money got involved, that's when the fun started to subside, right? The fun started to have a label on it. The fun started to have a limitation on it. The fun started to have a responsibility to it. And it took away what our human being necessity is for having hobbies. We need these hobbies for us to sustain our happiness, right? We need these things that challenges us on a mental, physical level, and it reminds us that we're alive and reminds us that we're growing. It's something that we can grow at. And when you find something that you can grow at on a very spiritual level, that is one of the ingredients to fulfillment and happiness. And so he got me thinking about it. I definitely want to have him on the podcast sometime soon, but he is the person that led me down this, right? Now mix that together with the Ryan Holiday books that I had been reading in that time period, specifically in December. Mix that together with my trip to Atlanta. That was a Molotov cocktail for the explosion that you see in front of you right now. A sustainable explosion. It's more like a tidal wave, I should say. The water's continuously flowing, and I feel amazing. I feel blessed to be able to do what I'm doing right now, and to share this aspect of what's going on. It literally, in my 35th year, it has never felt this effortless. I don't feel like I have to try to do anything. And that being said, just want to say I'm grateful. I want to say I'm grateful for those of you that continue to watch. Grateful for those that wish me happy birthday. And even if you're late today, that's all good. I appreciate you. But take it all with a grain of salt. Take it all with a grain of salt. Don't forget, fall in love with the process. You're not going to know when your 10,000th hour passes. Somebody's going to have to remind you. Just continue on your journey, and the best is yet to come. Don't be afraid of the future. Don't be afraid of getting older. Just avoid by all costs getting old, which is a mindset. Thank you again for watching the Curtis King podcast. If you are not, why do I keep saying podcast? I don't know why I keep saying it like that, but I'm okay. Oh, whatever. If you're not subscribed or you're not getting these in your subscriptions, you already know what to do. If you're on the Apple Podcast, which the majority of you are, go ahead and make sure that you get these notifications so that you know when it's coming out next. I don't know what we're going to be looking at the next week, because I'm going to be joining a lot of my producer brothers in Nashville. And I don't know what that's going to look like in terms of getting new content to you, but nonetheless, just know that I'll be back soon. I greatly appreciate your presence here. And in this life, you will not be full of life. Oh, wait a minute. You got to definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Subscribe. My son is going ham, hitting high notes like Mariah Carey. Little boy. In this life, you will not be full of life until you decide to live life to its fullest. Once again, it's Curtis King of slapexperts.com. Have a good one.